Hi, the date is the 31st of May, 2026, and I made a video about how my social life was a bit dead and I was feeling like overwhelming loneliness. And then today, I had just been lying on the couch and not motivated to do anything, barely got any sleep the other night, and it was like, I can't do this. And then I looked on my phone and I was like, okay, I need to reach out to people. And to see what my friends were up to, I went on to Instagram, which I haven't been on Instagram in a long time. I like deleted Instagram and gave everyone my number and got everyone's numbers like months ago. But I re-downloaded it and I saw an interesting thing. Right as I re-downloaded it, my phone rang, and it's because I was added to a group chat with all of my friends that moved away, and they had started a Minecraft server that they were playing on. And it made me realize these people, they haven't been messaging me on text. It's because they think like, I say I'm hopping off of Instagram, but I still have an account. So this is where I've kind of made the decision to delete the account. Like fully delete Instagram, delete the account, and pretend like it doesn't exist really. Because I can't set the boundary of people to message me through other means if I still have an account and they can still message me through that, you know? It's not fair on other people, and I was getting a bit annoyed because, like, why are they not just messaging me on text, and why am I having all this trouble with people actually just messaging me on text instead of on social media? But it made me realize it's because I have a social media to message, and it's like I need to follow through with what is aligned to me and what isn't, because having a social media, or I don't want to say social media, having an Instagram account where what is that platform used for? It's used for messaging and short form content. Neither of those things are aligned with me. I don't work well with short term dopamine, with I guess what people label ADHD. I can't do the dopamine spike, so I don't do well with short form content. And then I also don't do well with, I guess I don't want to say self control, but I rather shape my environment than just solely rely on self control. So using Instagram for messaging, I have the short form content right there. So it's just, and also like for posting and sharing about your life, I'm not as attached to the online stuff, and I find it very, I don't want to say fake, but if you look at my YouTube channel, I try to make it as authentic as possible, and I don't find that's as easy to do on like Instagram posting about your day and stuff. I would much rather meet up with my friends in real life and them tell me about how their life is going or tell me what they did the other day instead of I see it on their story, I guess. I've never actually really articulated this kind of, I don't want to say belief, but this kind of part of me that I have. I've never really articulated how I feel about it, so I might not be phrasing it the best, but I do know now that having an Instagram account is no longer aligned, or it never was aligned with me. I just did it because everyone else was doing it, and then I just never really thought through enough to delete it. And I think it's just like becoming more confident in who I am and what I'm aligned with and what I believe and what I prefer, and just committing to that. And when I commit to that, then other people can see that, and then they can understand more of who I am and like me for who I am instead of not knowing because I'm not accurately representing myself. And I think that's how I want to re-enter the world socially as well. And I was like, I didn't feel like I was being myself, and that usually comes from doing things that aren't aligned with yourself. Like, I didn't feel like I was being myself by going on Instagram, and so I deleted it. It wasn't aligned with me. And now that I've deleted it, it is more, I can more confidently be myself and display myself, which helps me more socially and helps me build better, deeper relationships and friendships, and hopefully potentially relationships at some point. But yeah, I don't think the loneliness has gone away yet, but that's probably because I haven't messaged and tried to reconnect with these people. But I think that's the first step, is figuring out why I got into this slump so it doesn't happen again, which is the not accurately representing myself and doing things that are misaligned with who I am, which I've solved that, I'm hoping. And then the next step would be to kind of start working on repairing. So start messaging those friends, see if I can hang out with them, see what they're up to, and just be myself. But yeah, that's kind of all for today. That's all I really want to say, but thanks for watching.